Welcome to the Big Picture Film Club. It's a pleasure and an honor to be joined by Isaac, head of Wakaliwood Films, here after our special screening of Once Upon a Time in Uganda. Isaac, how are you doing?
I'm okay. How are you, sir?
I am wonderful. As a fellow Ugandan, it's a privilege to sort of help be the branch, help extend, Wakaliwood films and to kind of give them or present them in the big stage. But actually, I wanted to speak with you first and I actually just ask, like, how do you define the Wakaliwood style?
Yeah, Wakaliwood style, I would define it as action comedy. Basically, it's normally action and comedy. And yes, we do other stuff like horror and what, but even if it's an horror movie, it has to be a comic somehow because I believe comedy is life.
I remember like first seeing the sort of Who Killed Captain Alex trailer, and for me that was like phenomenal because like I'd never seen anything like it. And how were you kind of, I think it's more than a little over 10 years ago now, but were you surprised by the global reaction to the trailer, to the film?
Yeah, of course, it came as a little big surprise to me, the way it came. Although the movie I knew it would, go somewhere. I mean, people would watch it. And for me, my worry was even here in Uganda, marching in Uganda, being the first action movie, I was worried that the government might come in and say, how did you get these uniforms? How did you get these guns? Because I remember when I introduced the first trailer to one military guy, he was like, do you have commandos? And I was, no, I don't have commandos. These are actors. Are you a real commando? Are you a commando for real? Because the landing is flat landing, and flat-footed landing, and how can you not start? Anyway, when it came international, I got a call from, now he's a friend from Sweden, and the guy called me that you have a movie selling like hotcake here. And I was like, how? Where? Who is selling and who is buying? So a few hours later, someone called me from USA and was saying the same thing. A Ugandan was, I think his name is Senyonjo, and he said, the movie is selling like a hotcake. So it was after leaving the internet with the burden of because by that time they were advertising internet in Uganda. So I bought a modem. I found YouTube and I created a channel. I didn't know how. It was always trying things.
Yeah.
Then I created a channel and I put the trailer. And at 18 months, few months, it was like a lie. These guys of telecom, they say this bundle is 1 month and 6 days it's over. I was like, consuming a lot of, I tried to understand what is data. Data, all the language was chemistry, knew something. It was new to us, as you know. So I didn't know what data is. I didn't know what bandwidth is. So whenever I try to contact them, they say, the bandwidth you buy, you have a lot of people, visiting your site, something like that. And I was, what is this? So you say it is 1 month, and it's in few days it's over. I need to buy another one. Why do you announce 1 month? So it was like, so after what? In fact, I had to leave internet because it was consuming a lot of my money. So I left internet, and then 8 months later, people were calling me from all over the world. Hey, I'm watching Who Killed Captain Alex. Hey, and I'm watching Tebat Sasura. No, action! So, people were calling me from all over the world. So it was fun, but also I had to go back and check on my YouTube. And when I checked, it was 1 million views. And whenever I click, I get like 1,000 comments, 1,000, views. So it was, you could see a lot of interaction. People were calling. I mean, people were always commenting. I love the action. That is how it really surprised me. And I was, why do they like it like that? But anyway, I knew the movie was good because it was passionately done. I mean, everyone involved in that project was passionate about what they were doing.
In the documentary Once Upon a Time in Uganda, I think you spoke about, I guess, what you defined as the corporate class in Uganda, and them perhaps not being very receptive to your films because you're from the ghetto, and like how has the movie industry changed since the making of the documentary? Or like, is there a more, do you feel, a more developed film industry in Uganda that's more receptive to what you're doing now?
Yeah, I think it is changing now. I'm seeing these filmmakers from the other side. They call themselves Uptown. They're now involving our actors because of marketing. For us, we started the marketing strategies here. We like the market, and we are more into film marketing than them. So when they started, going TV, going everywhere, and I think they realized that they don't have stars. They don't have people. I mean, they don't relate with people.
Yeah.
And for them, what they thought is, we need these actors who are famous now on ground to act with them. I mean, to be included in their projects. I'm seeing that is like a movement coming, whereby they call our actors to be part of their movies. But I think it is not all. They need also to think of how to write for this audience, because
Right.
it is not about the faces. It's also about the story. But there is that. I think that there is that migration. We are now coming a little bit together. At first, it was like neglecting us, and for us, we are concentrated on the masses, down, going down. I mean, door to door, region to region. Bringing together the people who are, understanding us. Yes, even among these people, I mean, among this audience, we are also seeing that after bringing children to act with, I mean, to act in our movies, it is also creating a new audience, because that was our target. We wanted to, me and you, we are Schwarzenegger's audience. So we needed, because we grew up with that audience, I mean, with Schwarzenegger, Rainbow, Jackie Chan, and others. So we knew a little about how they make the movies. And that little is the budget. The first thing we know about that, it's America. It is, they have a lot of money, so we put in a lot of money. So that mentality is changing when we bring in the children, because these children are persuading their fellow children to watch the movies. Because the big audience we had is women here in Uganda. So if a woman, let's say a lady, will buy a movie, she watches the movie with the children. So if a child is the star on the screen, it is obvious these children are going to like the child star on their screen. So with that involvement of children in our movies, I'm seeing a new audience building up, and this audience is automatically on digital. So we are now targeting digital market. So there are so many platforms now coming up. There are so many platforms coming up, opening. Apps are opening up, and I think that is the new way to go.
Yeah. In the documentary, like, it kind of really details your relationship with Alan, like, your ups and downs. How would you describe your relationship now with Alan? You guys still speak? How was that experience for you?
Yeah, there was not much, yes, the documentary shows that, but it wasn't a big issue here. We speak, we work together, and it's life. It's life. Always life has got, ups and downs. As I mean, you have a dream, and then someone brings in his dream. So sometimes you collide, and then sometimes a dream of the other person tries to stop your dream, and like, you are ready to work, and then the other one brings in, rules, and some people, especially those people who have gone through, the real process of making a movie. Sometimes they slow our progress sometimes, because they come with rules. But if you don't have a budget, you don't need rules. I think rules are made for people with budgets. But the truth is, we had to reach an understanding somehow, somewhere, one time. But we are speaking, we speak, and we have no problem with anyone.
Wonderful. I guess where you touched on it earlier in terms of the actors sort of moving to sort of uptown work. how do you want to develop Wakaliwood moving forward? What is your vision for Wakaliwood?
Yeah, my vision is basically, training a new generation. That is the vision which I have, and I need anyway money for that, but also patience can do some wonders. Like now I have COVID came in, and then it was like a blessing in disguise somehow, because these children were at home, so they used YouTube tutorials to teach themselves. Now they do 3D, at least because the new generation needs a lot of 3D, Superman, whatever such movies.
Yeah.
So I'm giving a new generation a chance to take over. So that is the vision. A new generation should come and take over. And now, like Isaac Newton is wonderful if it comes to editing and 3D also acting, because he's the face of the new generation in acting. As I told you, that he's the one we put there to attract the fellow children. Now he's 15, and so many children want to act with him. So I think we are on the right track of the vision.
One thing I really liked about the documentary was the sort of, I guess, the community distribution element, where it was kind of like, you had your DVDs, everyone sort of participates in selling them where they can, and that helps fund sort of the next project. I guess in terms of how your distribution works now, is it still very much that same model? Are you working with more cinema halls, or like how has that changed?
Yeah, the truth is everything was destroyed by COVID, and so we had to think during COVID, but we did not even progress much. Even the DVDs are no more. We don't have a lot of DVDs coming in, but we are now thinking of going digital, as I told you, because at least we consulted the telecom companies, and we now know a number of youth, a number of people, a number of old people who have got smartphones in their hands. So we are now trying to see that we work with like telecom companies, and then we put our movies on such platforms like, let's say, MTN, Airtel, and like also we have it has been a breaking news today that we are now going to work with a media company called NBS. They have an app called Afro Mobile. So we are going to have our movies on Afro Mobile. It has been revealed today. So I'm so happy with that, because that company has got media houses, NBS, Sanyuka, and so we will have at least a chance of advertisement and a chance of reaching many people there, because the platform has been in place for a number of years, I think 2 or 3. So that is how we are trying to modernize the marketing. But it also needs us to work, to go to reach the audience. We need teams to organize teams and then go all over the country to teach how to sensitize the masses. How do you use a smartphone? How do you download an app? How do you, if it is charging you, how do you pay? Something like that. We need that team, and we were working with the Uganda Express during COVID. So during the beginning of COVID, we used also to walk all over the place, and the model test was here in Wakaliwood. So we went all over. We thought that we were going to finish Wakaliwood in a day. It took us 4 days. People were asking, people were, they wanted to know, because it's like a puzzle. It's something new. Technology is something new. You might have a phone, but downloading is also something. Sometimes they upgrade the apps. So it is so it is something new, but we are learning. We are learning also to incorporate in the new technology, but it doesn't mean that DVDs are over. It doesn't mean that we don't work with the cinema halls. We are still working with the cinema halls. The process of a movie working from production, it has to go to cinema halls, but we are not trying to work in we have an association called the Wakaliwood, where we come together as filmmakers. So we have in the Wakaliwood, we have guilds. So we have Bibanda Guild, that is the Cinema Association Guild. We are working with them. So we are still forging a way of how can we release a movie with you, and then from you to maybe the platform or to the DVD.
Nice, nice. And so I guess my final question is, do you have any words for or thoughts on international audiences and how you want them to receive Wakaliwood, or any kind of words for your international audience?
Yeah, the international audience should be waiting for Who Killed Captain Alex 2, the sequel. I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it, and they should be, eager to it, because I'm working on it, and I seriously want it to be like the first, or more than, even better than the first. I know that there's a lot of, fun in it. It's going to be like, more than the first. Followers who are following me on Twitter, they know that already, at Isaac Nabwana. So if anyone is not following me, you should go there. There's a lot of information about the sequel. And I always thank the international audience that they are supporting this sequel on our Patreon, Wakaliwood Patreon. So I call upon everyone to come and support it, and then we make it more than the first one. Yeah, we need to.
Wonderful.
The world is thirsty. The world needs action.
Yeah. Isaac, thank you very much for your time today. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, we'll do everything we can to support you, support Wakaliwood, and get the message out there.
Thank you.